Join me now from Alexandria, Virginia, Charlie Sauer, president of the Market Institute. Charlie, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me on.
Charlie, I'm assuming you watched the debate last night and you watched the heated back and forth over health care between Biden and Trump. What did you think?
This is the Super Bowl for political junkies, and Trump didn't disappoint in the fireworks. I was maybe a little disappointed with the overall candor or the overall takes in the debate. But again, for a political junkie, this was the Super Bowl. So it was exciting to hear. Nothing really took place in healthcare policy, although they did hit on some points.
Yeah. So President Trump talks about, his new healthcare plan, which is the America First Health Plan. He introduced that, I think it was like last week. Did you like that plan? Also, where do you stand on Obamacare? Were you a fan of Obamacare? Because I've mentioned this on the show before. I've never met anyone who's actually benefited positively from Obamacare.
Not only am I not a fan of Obamacare, I'm one of the people that was negatively impacted by Obamacare. I had a great high deductible plan pre-Obamacare. And when I went to go sign up for the exchange, and still to this day, it looks like I have 4 wives on Obamacare because I couldn't delete wrong things on the website. The website is still broken today. Now, when we talk about Trump's plan, I'm still not excited with what President Trump has done. The first day that he took office, he did some great things with healthcare. He has taken away the individual mandate by moving the fee down to 0. But on Thursday, it was really a disappointing day. He went for a $200 gimmick card for seniors that we don't know how it's going to be paid for and won't make a difference in the healthcare market. He went for importing drugs from Canada, which multiple FDA commissioners have said it is a gimmick, and it is. And he also didn't propose something that would have been even worse, but he was going to do a surprise billing piece that was going to tie taking Medicare for doctors to what their actions were in the private market. So while I'm disappointed in it, it could have been a lot worse.
When you talk about gimmick, why would a $200 voucher for seniors for drugs, why would that be a gimmick, and why would that be a terrible thing?
Well, when the government subsidizes anything, it's a gimmick, right? The government takes money away from people and then redistributes it in a way that they feel is good. And it doesn't do anything to change the prices in the market. The right way to change prices in any market is more competition, not just giving people money. And so, again, they don't know where that money's coming from, and it's just a Band-Aid. It's not addressing the actual problem, which is that in healthcare, because government involvement is so high, there's so many middlemen that that want to take a profit that the prices just start increasing.
So President Trump accuses Biden of wanting socialized medicine in this country, and we know that many in his party, especially the most vocal of his party, are wanting to go in that direction. Where do you think Biden actually stands on this? Because he's kind of wishy-washy. He just goes where the wind blows. You don't really get the answers from him. And he didn't answer that on the debate stage last night.
Well, I think that there's several ways to look at a candidate Biden. If you look at his time in the Senate, he was willing to work across the aisle, and he seemed to work well on both sides, which means that if he pushed a plan as Senator Biden, it would likely not be a socialist healthcare policy. However, since he's been a senator, the left has moved a lot further left. He's had to become more of a buddy with AOC and Bernie Sanders. And I think that as a party, the left won't accept anything that's short of at least a fairly socialist plan. So while I consider an Obamacare socialist, I think that anything that President Biden will do will be more socialist, including a public option is just like the opening ante.
Yeah. And as you pointed out, you were negatively affected by Obamacare, and that's usually what people tell me. They talk about how their deductibles went up, their premiums went up, they couldn't see their doctor if they wanted to see their doctor. The list goes on. It also really impacted businesses as well. So something obviously needs to be done about it. But the future of Obamacare is in limbo now that we're discussing President Trump's Supreme Court nominee. People are making a lot of guesses and speculations with what might happen to Obamacare, especially because the Supreme Court will be hearing an Obamacare case very soon. What are your thoughts on that?
So I honestly thought that President President Trump should have really called out Vice President Biden at this part of the debate, because Biden had two different talking points. An election about the future of Obamacare because of the Supreme Court, and the fact that Trump was trying to rush a nominee through. Trump is trying to get a nominee through while he's president, which is fully within his duty and responsibility as a president. But if if the Supreme Court nominee does get approved before the election, or even slightly after the election, then the future of Obamacare might be decided anyways. The election won't change that. So there is a case before the Supreme Court. They're going to hear it on November 10th. It's Texas versus California, and it's about the individual mandate. So if the idea is if you make the individual mandate unconstitutional, the whole bill is built upon the individual mandate. So the whole bill might crumble. I think that a reading of the Supreme Court and a reading of the last few cases shows that they're likely to take a scalpel and take the individual mandate out. And that's made more likely by the fact that the fee's now $0 if you don't have insurance.
I think it's kind of impossible to fix Obamacare. I think we just got to get rid of it altogether. Well, Charlie, we're going to have to leave it here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.